Hey guys, I decided to cut off that video where it was and upload part 2. So I'm going to try to be quick. I only have 11 minutes left free space on my phone. So after she told me I had incompetent cervix, we had the choice to go ahead and induce or go home and wait for nature to take its toll. We decided that we would go ahead and be induced. So I'm going to leave like the gory parts out. Needless to say, I was induced at about midnight. Contractions started at 2 in the morning, and then my daughter was born at 3:53. We got to hold her as long as we wanted to. They cleaned her up and gave her to me in this cute little blanket that another bereaved mother had made. It has little pandas on there with hearts and flowers, and then this was underneath her head, a little heart with stars and pandas on the other side, and we got to keep this. They gave us like a little pamphlet with information about burial, grief, how to cope with the loss of a baby, and this has been very helpful. I still read a lot of these little pamphlets myself, even being 4.5 months out. I wanted to kind of show you guys everything that they gave us at the hospital after having her. So this has my real name on here, so I go by Nikita. But this would have been her bracelet. If she would have been living, she would have had this. So it just says the date and the time, and then it has little pink and blue teddy bears on it. So it's like a memory thing that I have. A bereaved mother made these, and I got one because my baby was a little girl. We didn't know until she was born. It's a little handmade cloth diaper, and then there's a little card that, you know, says some details about the mother and their baby that they lost. In this little green bag, I got this bracelet. It doesn't look anything like it did the day that I got it. These little things were pink, and the metal was actually looked like metal. And there was a little heart that dangled here that had little baby feet on it. I actually have not taken this off since the day that I put it on, the day I left the hospital. It means a lot to me. I know it doesn't look great, but it's the meaning to me. And then they gave me a little card that has a poem on it, and then the mother's baby, that was their baby's footprints that made the bracelet. So we were lucky enough they were able to get little footprints. So they gave me this, and it just says, there is no foot too small that it cannot leave an imprint on this world. And then those are her actual little footprints. Looked like she had 2 left feet. Trying to think. And then they gave me this, which is, it's not actually her footprints, it's like a generic thing, but it says the mother there are no footprints too small to leave an imprint on our hearts, and it's like a little ornament that we can hang up, and I hang it on a fiber octave angel I have that was my mother's before she passed away. So let's see. They also gave us this, because you don't get birth certificates or death certificates for babies that weren't born alive, because my daughter passed away during birth. She never took a breath. So anyway, they gave us this, which the fallen leaf is like the generic symbol for a baby's passed on. And it just has her little details on there. I'm not going to get too close so you guys can't absolutely read everything, but and it has her little footprints down there at the bottom. And they gave me the clipboard so that I could keep it in pristine condition. And I bought a lot of giraffes. I was obsessed with giraffes when I was pregnant with her. But I honestly thought the whole time I was pregnant that it was a boy. I had it in my head that I was having a boy. And so I bought a blue giraffe before I knew. And I keep this on a little shelf that I have all of her things on. And we bought a little angel bear. And we made a whole bunch of copies of her footprints and put them on cards that have ties, and gave them to family at our funeral that we had. And my gosh, she was supposed to be born in January, which is slowly approaching, but she was born in August. So I don't know if you guys can see this. It's a little angel, and you probably can't tell, but the jewel is for August, the little heart she's holding. So that's for her. She's a little guardian angel. I was gonna read the poem that I read to her when we buried her, but if you guys really want to know what it was, the poem is online. It's called "An Angel Never Dies." So if you want to look that up, you can. I don't really feel like crying on camera right now. So when we had our funeral, we just did a graveside burial. It was wonderful. There was a funeral home that did the services for free for anyone who lost a child under 20 weeks. So her casket was free. The graveside was free. We paid for a plot and the burial. And she's buried less than a mile from my home in what the graveyard calls their baby land. So it's all babies, all children. I've done my fair share of looking around, and all the babies are under 2 years old. And my friend who lost a baby 20 years ago, her son's actually buried out there, and she lost him to the very same thing that I have. And so the cemetery gave us made these little bookmarks that has a cute little poem on it, and then on the back it's another thing about the littlest feet make the biggest footprints in our hearts, and then it says Raylee Nicole, and then we will forever love our little Peanut and we'll never forget her. So we always called her Peanut. So I thought that was really neat that the funeral home gave me this. And we have a temporary plate out there right now while we're paying off her headstone. And then so when the headstone's paid off, we will get the temporary one, which is still on stone. It's beautiful. And we get to keep that. So I'll have that at home here in the next couple months. So I kind of wanted to give just a few tips on what I've done so far to help me get through this hard time. It's still very hard because my pregnancy ended and my sister-in-law is still very pregnant. Very pregnant. I do believe she's approaching 32 weeks now, and she's having a little girl. So anyway, we take flowers out there to her all the time. We always take silk flowers. So we've made it like a habit. We're starting to make seasonal arrangements. She passed away in August. To me, that was still summer. So she had white and pink flowers out there. And then when fall hit, we took red, orange, and yellow kind of, I don't know, just fall themed flowers out there to her. And then I do believe tomorrow I'm going to take some Christmas stuff out there. We have like some white and silver little, I don't know, they're really cute. I get it at Michael's. Check out Michael's or Hobby Lobby if you guys need silk flowers. They're great. And like little snowmen and stuff for Christmas. And then we'll do one in the spring. And we'll do a birthday one, because she'll have heavenly birthdays every year. So when she's been gone for 1 year, we'll go out there and I'll put like a little one out there and like a birthday theme. But those are just some things that I've really been doing, trying to help myself. I have a thing on Faces of Loss that I wrote my story out, and that really helped. Making YouTube, it's really helping me. And I started to crochet blankets so that I can donate blankets for bereaved mothers as well. And I'm thinking about actually volunteering in our NICU at the hospital to hold babies, or even being in the nursery and helping. But anyway, so sorry these videos are so long and the lighting is awful. Bear with me, guys. I'm gonna try and get some sort of tablet or something that would be better quality here before too long. So my husband and I got our transabdominal cerclage on the 3rd, so we're gonna start trying to conceive next month, and I'm hoping to be able to keep you guys updated on that. And subscribe if you want to stay tuned for the rest of my story, and comment if you have any questions. Thanks.